Time out.
Yes.
Can we play a little game here?
Of course.
You know what Nate is wanting to talk about. I am not. Give me the headline, just like a very brief 2-sentence or 2-word, whatever, and I'm going to try to guess what Nate's headline or what the topic is.
Coined nickname. Most mid-team.
Oh,
God. Confirm it on Google. It's there. Everything on the internet is true. Oh, my God.
I knew it was going to be wrong.
He heard you say Terrence Ross.
I know.
Google. No.
They can't figure out how to make the old school Lakers gold. At any rate, I think that's something for
There are multiple results including the word you said. Please speak more specifically.
That was my LG. I was going to say, I'm like, sponsored by LG. We'll do it live.
doing it live.
Episode 29. Episode 29. We're here. We're hot. We're down a man. Oh,
R.I.P. Is he in a family thing, did he say? Or?
yes, he's spending time with some family, but that's okay.
Good on him.
He'll show them this next week and show how much we either miss him or how fun we are.
Or just how off the rails we immediately are going to get.
We are.
Or maybe we're on the rails. Maybe it's always been Nate's problem, not me. Okay,
well, I don't know. I mean, I think we're going to get off the rails already because Nate had some stuff that he wanted to talk about. And he's not here to talk about it. So I have to talk about it.
Well, can I?
If you want to.
I have no idea what he wants to talk about.
So some of this is going to be a little outdated, but the first one, I guess you could call it maybe.
Time out.
Yes.
Can we play a little game here?
Of course.
You know what Nate is wanting to talk about. I am not. Give me the headline, just like a very brief 2-sentence or 2-word, whatever, and I'm going to try to guess what Nate's headline or what the topic is.
Okay. First one, coined nickname.
Oh, shit. Is it, oh man, I have zero idea now.
See?
Okay, so Nate's really getting into the deep cuts here.
A little bit.
Coined nickname. What are we?
Coined nickname. That's just the briefest way I can do
it
without giving it away.
All right. Drum roll, please.
All right. So Nate's obviously not a big fan of the Los Angeles Lakers, and he's found it upon himself to find one Charles Barkley quote about a specific center in the NBA, Mr. Deandre Ayton. Do you by chance know?
I did hear about this one.
Do you know what his nickname is?
Wasn't it? I know he said, "Don't." I'm not no Clint Capella or nothing like that.
He did say that too, but that's not.
Okay, that's not it.
No. So he coined the nickname for himself, Dominayton.
Oh no!
And it's funny because when Charles Barkley brought it up there on, I want to say TNT, but it's not anymore. He said, Dominayton my ass.
Pause.
Exactly. Because now I say it and I'm like, Chuck, you got me.
Chuck. Whoa. Pause.
Hold on now.
Chuck.
Hold on.
Chuck.
When you're backing up and he's getting into you.
Chuck.
Yeah. So it's funny. I didn't know.
Oh my God, that's bad. That's not a self-coined name, is it?
No, it's coined by himself. I had to confirm it on Google. It's there. Everything on the internet is true. Yeah. And he made this because, according to him, he's highlighting his goal of dominating on the court.
Well, he better start soon.
Yes.
He's getting up there in age. He's been in the NBA for what, 5 seasons now?
A little bit. So it's funny. I know they just played yesterday, but at least in terms of the stats I have here for Tuesday, on the season, he's averaging 12.8 points per game, 8.3 rebounds per game, less than 1 assist, and 0.9 blocks a game.
Wow.
However, here's where I would say he's dominating, okay? So he has a current career low in turnovers per game at 1.3 and a career high field goal percentage of 66.7%.
Wait. We're celebrating a center for, shooting 60% and not turning the ball over? Well, that can't be the hey, I'm dominating, yeah. I'm just making the shots I'm supposed to and not turning the ball over.
And listen, that's
domination.
Fair. But after looking at the stats of the Lakers game, I think it was either yesterday or Tuesday, Luka had 7 turnovers alone.
Okay.
So I will give him credit.
All right.
I will give him credit. I mean, everyone's talking about him being lazy and all these things, but all things considered,
he's lazy with creating a nickname because that's bad.
That's
bad.
That's low-hanging fruit.
Come on. What are we doing here? Also, timeout. This is my second time out, by the way. I got one more for the episode here. I just want
For the
that on
half,
record.
anyway.
If you have a nickname
Okay.
that you came up with, do not ever let that news get out, especially if it's a bad nickname. Just PR 101 for everyone out there. Don't let the word get out that, yeah, my nickname is something I came up with, especially if it's a bad one like that. Like, because now it looks so much worse. If his teammates gave you the nickname Dominayton, it still is bad, but it's a lot better. You know what I mean? I just don't. How does that get out? Yeah, whatever. Is there another Lakers topic on here?
No, that was it. But it's funny you mentioned how does that get out. I mean, you could sit there and talk about that for Deandre Ayton, but I think the prime example would be 9.
Oh God, yeah. I'm sorry, but
I'm sorry too.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
tough
for myself.
And we'll get into that because I think there is actually a lot of Vikings news out there.
There's a lot.
We'll get into
football.
it. But while we're on the topic of Lakers here, is there another topic that we're talking about with Lakers or no?
No.
Okay, so then is this news to you? Did you see? I really, really, really hope this wasn't a Sentinel. I thought I checked it all. I did all my due diligence. I did research. I don't think I got Sentinel. They can't figure out how to make the old school Lakers gold. Did you hear this? Did you see this article?
No, what?
There was an article out there where it's like, you know how the new Lakers jerseys are like brighter yellow compared to what they used to be? They were like the darker gold.
As I'm looking at LeBron behind you, yeah.
Perfect example. That's yellow, not gold.
You see it?
But my point is, or the point of this article was that they've been trying, apparently Nike or whoever's making their jerseys, they've been trying for a decade plus to figure out what the color combination was to make that gold. And the person, I guess there's this guy whose dad or whatever was on like the head of whatever LA's design team was for it.
Sure.
And I think his exact words, I'd love to look this up, but his exact words I think were something along the lines of like, we just can't do it anymore. Can't figure it out anymore. We lost it. We lost that gold.
The formula is gone.
We're losing recipes. Dude, when I saw that, I was like, that explains so much, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That explains so much.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, yeah, Lakers lost their gold. I don't know.
That must be why they don't win anymore. Well, I guess they did win in the bubble, but
yeah, whatever.
Mickey Mouse.
Doesn't count.
No.
Fake news.
So the second one Nate wanted to talk about, though, and I'll give you just the other brief mention of it.
One.
Most mid-team.
There's a lot of meddling teams now in the NBA. I saw something where it was like the bottom 10 teams
Dude,
are on like
44-game
a combined.
lose streak.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
What a horrible
it's insane.
product. What a horrible product.
But that doesn't tell me who's the middle of the pack here. This is going to be about the Atlanta Hawks, I feel.
You are correct. You are correct. Yes.
Yes, I'm golden. I knew it was. I used my logic of reasoning here that says that's definitely the middle of the road team for Nate. Of
course. Yeah.
Love that.
So I've got a bunch of stats here that were correct on Tuesday, but now we're going to be a little bit different.
saw this.
There's a lot, actually.
Incredible.
So as of Tuesday, they were 31-31 on the season with a 7,278 points scored versus a 7,277 points against.
Yep.
So going deeper into it, they had a 113.6 offensive rating and a 113.6 defensive rating.
Yep.
So that's just on the season.
What about
alone.
over the last 5 years? It's not possible that they have a 500 record over the last 5 years, right?
You would be in shambles right now because in the last 90 games, the Atlanta Hawks are 45-45. In the last 134 games, the Atlanta Hawks are 67-67. In the last 348 games, the Atlanta Hawks are 174-174. In the last 420 games, the Hawks are 210-210.
It's uncanny.
In the last 1,570 games, the Atlanta Hawks are 785 against 785. In the last 3,880 games, they are 1,940 against 1,940. In the last 5,790 games, the Atlanta Hawks are 2,985 against 2,000. I put it wrong in here. 2,985. So,
can we just do the quick math on how many seasons is 5,000 games?
Well, think about it this way,
you
right?
Got to think that's
if there's 84 games a season.
Yep. I thought it was 82.
It might be 82.
I cannot be correcting you on basketball.
I always get it mixed with hockey.
I know.
Always 82 and 84.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're probably right.
You're probably right.
Like I've seen more teams go
82.
42 and 42.
You're probably right. I trust you. Let's just move on.
So let's just say, okay, well, let's just rough it 80, right? We'll forget a few. 80 divided by 4,000 is 50 seasons.
It's 20, I believe. Right?
80 divided by 4,000. I think that'd be 50. Yeah.
Well, but
eight times
okay,
5
yeah,
is
you're
40.
right. You're right. Because 100 seasons would be 8,000. That's kind of the math I'm.
There's
doing.
also a rough 1,600 games we're missing if we're just at 4,000. So this is probably since like the dawn. They actually, I know prior to yesterday because they won yesterday. So it
80 times 50.
Yeah.
Did you say 80 divided by 50?
No, I said 80 divided by 4,000.
Oh, 80 divided by 4,000. Okay, sorry.
No, it's I appreciate it.
Wait, hold on. 4,000 divided by 80.
You know what I mean though.
No,
you know what
I mean. We got to clarify.
That is not strong.
We both run this. I don't think you're on the stair stepper today, but anyway, it is 50. That's okay. My answer is still correct.
You hit the nail right on the head. But now the question becomes, how long have they been a franchise?
I can pull that
I don't know
up.
if it's been even 50 years.
But they have a career win percentage of .493.
So we're missing games. There's no way.
Well, it's actually closer now because they won yesterday, right? So
Fair
now it's
enough.
probably .94.
Dude, that's just incredible. Like
.494.
I don't think if you put a team up to that, a team could do that if they tried. You know what I mean? Like finishing at exactly 500 every season for 50 straight years is. I mean that's next to like Wayne Gretzky's assist record. There's like nobody's ever going to be able to do that.
No. Well,
no,
but it's so perfectly balanced. Thanos would be
crazy.
proud.
That's lovely. I love this.
Yeah. So
I will say I did call when the second you said middle of the road team, I was like, all right, it's definitely the Atlanta Hawks, but I wasn't thinking about that particular stat. But that is as middle of the road as it gets.
I'm trying to get back to my notes. I should have
yeah,
known. I should have known. I shouldn't have Googled for you.
I
because
figured, yeah, you didn't
my
need
life
to.
support computer right now is
that's tough.
wanting me to pull the plug.
That's tough.
But if I'm remembering the next stat, which I think is the last stat that I would have brought up, was that obviously we know Trae Young was traded to the Wizards, right? So
Yeah, I forget about that.
by the way, has not played for the Wizards yet. Do you want to know his stat line right now?
Well, if he hasn't played for the Wizards.
Correct. It is 0 games played for Washington and 1 ejection. He was ejected from the sideline after yelling at, I think, one of the refs.
Good.
So
Good.
And of course, he goes to Twitter and is talking about, I got to bring that energy for my boys.
It's not my fault. It's
No.
clearly the ref's fault. They
No.
just can't hang, whatever.
definitely.
Oh my gosh,
Definitely
that's crazy.
can't hang. It's okay.
That's crazy.
Come on.
While you're waiting on that, because this is just a generic question I had, because
That's fine.
It's pretty common knowledge at this point that I'm not watching a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
However,
Okay.
since the Bulls have decided they are going full tank for the first time, I think ever in their franchise history, they've just finally decided like we're going to do a rebuild. It's 3 years too late, but you know what? Nonetheless, at least they're committed to a direction. Happy about that.
Are they really?
Yeah, as I said that, as it left my lips, I'm like, I don't know that
That doesn't
actually
taste right.
accurate. Yeah,
Is this fully cooked?
I seriously don't think they have a direction. I think their honest. I
spit
think
it
their
out.
honest answer is that like Jaden Ivey's going to be like their savior or something. It's not going to happen.
No.
All right, but what I was getting at was like, are there really any storylines this year? Like drastic ones? Like I know we talked about like the gambling saga and whatnot.
Oh, that's another one I have.
But I'm just like I just cannot for the life of me recall a more boring NBA season. Unless it's just because this one is like I really haven't been paying attention, or NCAA, the college hoopers are having such a great season that it's taken away from the NBA. I just feel
could be.
very about the season. Am I mistaken in that?
It's been kind of bland. Obviously, I feel like the investigation's taken away a little bit of it. But to your point, so obviously, I think the big headlines this year is LeBron going to retire next year, which has been a conversation for the last 5 years, I think.
Yeah, okay, so not news.
The whole draft issue, the tanking issue.
What's that?
We talked about it last week, dude.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
the
that.
Jazz
Yeah.
tanking, the Pacers tanking.
Yeah, but they're not like nothing. It's just a discussion. Like there's not actually any movement on that this year.
They kind of fixed the All-Star game, kind of.
Yeah, no. They didn't. Wembanyama did.
Who?
Wembanyama, Victor.
It's Wembanyama.
Whatever.
It's an M.
Okay, I messed up one of the 14 syllables in that name.
That's fine. Listen,
so sue
you gotta.
me.
I have his autograph. You got to put respect on his name. I will not take any alien slander.
Wendyana's. I don't know what to tell you.
Wendy's chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I don't know, but Wendy's nuts were on the. Okay, sorry, that was bitchy.
No, keep going.
All right,
It's
I was
fine.
just gonna say
take it away.
Nah, Wendy's nuts were pulling up on the All-Star game. It was a great showing. That's what saved it. Not any format change. Wembanyama just tried. Period.
Well, so did Anthony Edwards. So did Kawhi Leonard.
But did they try because somebody else was actually caring about it?
And if that's the case, hey,
I don't know.
Good, great, grand, wonderful. I'm
Yeah.
still not a fan of the format.
No, it's still
bad.
bad.
But we watched part of it, and it was actually kind of entertaining.
Didn't watch a second of it.
We watched
Not
it. We were
one
opening some
second.
cards. But so the only other thing I could think of is following the All-Star break where Kevin Durant got found with another burner account.
Oh, that was awesome.
The Rockets
That
are
was
6-2 since they found out about that. And
Is that where he's playing these days?
he's with Houston.
Jeez.
So he's currently
he's not.
averaging in the last 6 games 29.3 points per game, and Jabari Smith, who was named several times in these leaks, is now averaging 18.4 points per game in the last 5 games. So maybe it was for the best.
How many tweets per day are we at?
That I don't know.
We got to get those numbers.
That's the stat I don't know.
Those are better stats for KD. What are we talking about here?
1,000%.
I really hope that when he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, because he's going, right? That's not up for debate. Kevin Durant's a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think there's an argument against it.
If Charles Barkley is,
I don't think there's an argument. But my point is like when they do induct him into the Hall of Fame, please, Adam Silver, can we get his tweet numbers out there too? Can we get like his total points, total rebounds, total assists, total replies, retweets, likes, total burner account?
how long he was on 10.
Yeah, I want. Yeah, always.
Always.
When I'm on this app, I'm on 10.
Always. Oh, God.
I love that. I love that.
The last thing I have for the NBA is we talked about Terry Rozier several episodes. He won his grievance with the NBA and is being paid his full $26.6 million for the remainder of the season. So
Okay.
maybe it's not that bad to bet some money on yourself and throw some games.
I feel like I have said this probably 3 times since Terry Rozier's name has been brought up. Isn't he like 50?
No.
I swear he's been in the NBA for my entire life.
I mean, he's probably been in there since he's 18, so he's probably close to 30, if not a little over.
I just I can't, for the life of me, I can't picture him still playing in the NBA considering he was on like NBA 5, like NBA 2K5. I swear to God.
No.
He's that old.
Can you just do us a favor and just type that in real quick so my computer doesn't black screen on me?
Terrence Rozier.
I don't think his full name's Terrence.
I don't think it is either.
Just Terry Rozier age.
I want to see how he spells Terry Rozier, to be honest.
Terrence Ross?
Oh my God.
I knew it was going to be wrong.
He heard you say Terrence Ross.
I know.
Google. No, Terry Rozier.
Why is it, Rose. You said Rose.
No.
I did.
Oh, yeah. So
Got him.
Terrence Ross, though, shout out. What a dog.
What a dog.
He was on 2K, probably 9.
Probably. How long has he been in the league?
Plays for the Celtics?
He did. What's his age?
So he's retired.
31.
Dude, this guy's got to be
I was
60.
almost right on the money.
This guy's got to be at least 60. Whatever. I can't hear Terry Rozier without thinking, okay, this guy's like a legacy NBA. You know, he played with Kirk Heinrich. He played with Ben Gore. He played with all these like old, 2000s players. But I guess I'm wrong. I guess I'm just entirely wrong.
Definitely.
Whatever.
It's okay. At least we have it on camera, and you admitted to being wrong. So,
Well, I wasn't necessarily wrong. I just made an incorrect assumption that you guys want to... Whatever. I might have been wrong. Whatever.
it happens, man. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Quit.
I'm
Give
out
up.
of here. As a matter of fact,
I don't want to be here anymore.
What do you mean?
I don't want to be around.
You don't want to do the podcast anymore? You don't...
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, God. Well, I guess let's just jump right into the NFL, huh? Because there's a significant amount of news going on.
So many. Where are we starting? Are we starting recency or are we going back?
We're going to go back a little bit, but we'll start with Chicago.
Hell yeah.
So
where do we want to start there? Because there's like 4 places.
We're going to start with the 1A, 1B from maybe like a week and a half ago that came out, which the report, obviously, from ESPN Yahoo was that Chicago gave Tremaine Edmonds
Kick
permission
rocks.
to seek a trade. And then there's also the other caveat to this anyway, which would have been more news Tuesday, because now we have news that happened today that doubles into this. And but Ryan Poles was doing an interview on ESPN 1000, and he said it's, in quote, hard to tell if DJ Moore will be on the team next season and if they will look to trade him. Well, guess what? DJ Moore, you are a Bill.
Love it. I actually love this trade for both parties. Like, okay, we're going to table that because that's the most latest thing, and we can talk for an hour on it. But last week, Tremaine Edmonds, go seek a trade. I thought that was like a giant nothing burger because it was like obvious they had to get rid of the guy. No offense to him, he's a great player, but he didn't play a lot of games. He was very injured, and when he did, it wasn't like he was like the most impactful. Yes, he led the team in tackles, I believe. Yes, he led the team, or at least led the linebacking core in interceptions. But
it's a big stat.
Yeah, but I do think that it's a symptom of the system that he's playing in, the interceptions and the tackles, is two like peak stats. I think it's a symptom of like them favoring the middle linebacker above, outside one. But either way, this to me was just like non-news because it's like, all right, yeah, you guys are $50 million below the cap space. You got to do something, and that something should be Tremaine Edmonds. Go find a trade. Love that. I've also heard that he's picking up a lot of steam in terms of like trade value across the nation.
You gotta hope.
You do. But either way, that to me was kind of a nothing burger. He won't play on the Bears team next year. I guarantee it. Either they're cutting him or they will trade him.
Well, I don't have the date for it. But if they do not find a trade partner for Edmonds,
June 1st,
he will be so June 1st he will become a cap casualty. Yep. Creating a $15 million. Well, I guess if they get rid of him and release him, it'll create $15 million in cap space for Chicago.
I'm almost certain it's June. At least that's what Cap Central or whatever that online website says. I think it's June.
One of them.
No, like seriously, it's like that's I use that all the time. Like capologist, whatever it is. Long story short, nothing burger. Then we fast forward to Tuesday. Just the most surprising news. And honestly, this should piss off everybody out there, right? Everybody in our demographic, this should piss you off. The guy is 27.
He's 27.
You should not be allowed by law to be able to retire at that age, period. I don't care.
The center, Drew Dalman.
He's got $1 billion in the bank, whatever. It's probably closer to like 30 million. But my point is like, you can't, you're 27. That's 2 years younger than us, dude. What are we talking? You cannot retire, period. That's BS.
I mean, how old was Luke Kuechly? 28?
Yeah, insert anybody's player name here. If you retire before you're 30, I hate your guts. Yeah, again, insert whoever. It doesn't matter. Every one of those players that's making millions at the peak and they retire before they're 30, I hate your guts. Totally get why you did it. Probably would do the same thing if I was in your position. Get the CTE. Grow up. Be an adult. Do it. That's what football's about. What are we talking about? That one frustrated me. Okay. But there's $20 million really, it's $15 million, roughly speaking, that you save by getting rid of him. $4 million of which is apparently dead cap or whatever. They would have to restructure it. But there's a free cap space, assuming they do all their paperwork here before the league year starts. Okay. Great. And then today's news. They trade DJ Moore. And at first, before the details came out, I was very skeptical about it, where it's like, okay, DJ for a mid-rounder. I'm like, all right, well, they have to take on his full salary for that one to even be remotely okay. And then the news comes out that it was DJ and a fifth. Okay, I don't like that. For a second rounder. Mm-hmm. And they're taking all of his cap. I mean, to me, I think this puts the Bears in a perfect situation. They have their wide. Let me ask you this: where do you think DJ Moore fell on the wide receiver depth chart?
Well, he definitely fell down following some injuries this year.
False. Hold on. False. That's wrong. He was banged up a few times, right? But let's go back to the first 6 weeks of the season.
I'm not saying that DJ Moore wasn't wide receiver 1, but in terms of
wasn't even wide receiver 2.
So you're saying wide receiver 3?
Yeah.
Well, after Burden was healthy and Odunze started playing again.
No, again, but like this is what I want you to like key in on. He had 650, we'll call it 650 receiving yards last year, right?
Something like that.
70th in the league. He had, I want to say, 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns, bottom, whatever, bottom tier of the league. He basically had his worst season of his career, if you would, in a system that didn't have Rome Odunze for like half the season, didn't really utilize Luther Burden for half the season, didn't utilize Colston Loveland, who ended up being their leading receiver for like half the season. Point I'm getting at is there is like 3 to 4 weapons in that offense that really weren't utilized, were injured, or whatever for the first, like, call it 6 games to be generous. Why wasn't DJ Moore's production higher those games? Why didn't he have, a better season where he was the only target for a good portion of it? I'm just like let's just call a spade a spade. I think he is an all-time great receiver, but I think he needs to be in a system where it is like there is, I don't want to say he's the main focus, but like where did he have his best time? It was in Carolina where they didn't have anybody. Like,
which, by the way, you do know the caveat. I keep saying caveat. Word of the day is caveat.
Love it. Some would pronounce it caveat.
Caveat. Well,
that's the
I call it
fancy.
caviar.
I know. That's
so
fancy.
You do understand the implication about why he did so well, according to some fans and their speculation in Carolina.
Yes.
Go for it.
Joe Brady.
Correct.
Totally understand it, which is why I think it's a win-win on both sides, where it's like the Bills get their true wide receiver one. Love that for him, even though I don't really.
And how old is DJ right now?
29.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's up there. I mean, it's not like he's a spring chicken anymore, but like the point is you got him on a cap block until I want to say 2029 or 2030, roughly speaking. Maybe I'm off by a year or two, but you've got him locked up for at least the next 4 years, we'll call it, or 3 years. You have your wide receiver, you have your MVP quarterback. I think that was the one piece the Bills were missing. And they take on his salary cap, which that's like the one thing the Bears really needed to figure out. And in the span of 48 hours, unfortunately, it comes at the cost of losing Dahlman. But in the span of 48 hours, the Bears now are set up in a position where they could package Tremaine Edmonds, a second rounder from the Bills, and their first rounder and trade for a guy like Max Crosby. Seriously. Because I'm telling you, dude, like you look at it, you got $10 million in savings from Drew. You got, $25.5 million saving from DJ Moore. And then you got another 20, it's really 18.65, I want to say, for Tremaine Edmonds. There you go. You can now make a giant splash in free agency and probably still have a decent amount of draft capital available if you're not trading for, a Max Crosby and you sign a Trey Hendrickson or something. I think that this is one of like the few win-win scenarios for both teams. I do think the Bears ended up coming out ahead on the trade, in my opinion. Call me crazy.
Well, yeah, no, absolutely. After we talked about it last year, I feel like a few times. Was DJ Moore going to be on the team at this point? And to find a candidate who's going to take his entire contract and give you the pick they did. Do I think a 29-year-old receiver who's now, in my opinion, maybe on the downstretch is worth a second-round pick? No,
I'd agree.
But
and I'll add to it: is he worth it with his salary? What it is?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So my point is, I do think the Bears walked away with a lot more than they gave away. So I'm happy with that. No offense, DJ Moore. I love you. You will always be a Chicago Bear in my mind. I love his attitude. He's one of the most like level-headed wide receivers in the game, which probably is why he's not a true wide receiver one. You got to have some diva in you, and he just doesn't have a lot of diva.
Well,
that's
fair enough.
But that's my neck of the woods. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Yes, so Minnesota Vikings fans, strap in because we've got a lot to cover. So we're going to start with some of the news that was leading up to Tuesday, which we should have been recording. It is Thursday, by the way, for those of you who did not know. So the Minnesota Vikings were planning to cut or trade Aaron Jones and Javon Hargrave before the new year. Excuse me.
Before the new league year, we'll
correct.
call it.
Yes. So the moves, if they did, would save the team $18.65 million in cap space.
Perfect.
Entering that weekend, my Minnesota Vikings were roughly $43 million over the NFL's. I didn't know it was this high.
Yeah.
$301.2 million.
They just upped it this year. That's why.
Correct. So the result has been 2 consecutive years of heavy free agent spending for a GM who is no longer with the team.
Did we ever talk about why he's no longer with the team? I don't think we ever really got into it, and I thought it was because of like a paternity leave thing, which is crazy. Stop having kids.
So hold on, let's hit on that. Let's hit on that after we get. No, it's fine because there's a stat at the bottom of my screen here that I think will just jump right back into why you want to talk about that. So yes, they're talking about cutting our. I don't know if Hargrave was a defensive captain, but Aaron Jones was an offensive captain here. So. Yes, they were 2 signings last year between also Jonathan Allen and Ryan Kelly, who are going to be brought up here very soon. On Tuesday, there was a report that the Minnesota Vikings were open to trading Jonathan Gennard. So
I did hear about that,
yes. So his contract this year is calling for a $22.3 million cap hit and $19 million cash for 2026.
You got his stats from last year?
I have some here. Okay. So if he's still on the roster by the 5th day of the new league year, $4 million of his base salary will become guaranteed, no question. A trade would save the team about $12 million in cap space. So my question to Minnesota Vikings fans and even myself is, can our first round pick from 2 years ago, Dallas Turner, replicate the season that Grenard had in 2024? So in 2024, Jonathan Grenard had 41.
What about last year?
Well, that's where I'm getting at. Because,
Okay.
so in 2024, the season that Grenard and Van Ginkel really popped off and set up the defense for Minnesota, he had 41 solo tackles, 12 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, and 11.5 stuffs. Okay?
That's a good season.
That was a pretty good season.
Objectively good season.
Absolutely. So this year, he misses half the season. So I didn't throw his stats in, but Dallas Turner, who stepped in for Grenard and played the full-time defensive end there, he had 29 solo tackles, 8 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, and 7 stuffs. Now, 6.5 of those sacks came in the last 8 games of the season, which I'm pretty sure aligns with when Grenard was out.
Yeah, didn't he? I was gonna say, didn't he play the full year, Dallas Turner?
He played the full year, but
Okay.
he wasn't like a full-time starter at the beginning of the year.
Really?
Correct.
That's crazy to me.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
So obviously Dallas Turner is going to be next in line if we get rid of Grenard. But there was more news between yesterday. The Minnesota Vikings released Jonathan Allen, another defensive
Did see
tackle.
that.
So Allen was one of the expensive investments we made last year.
But he's what, 34, 5? He's getting up there, right?
He's somewhere over there. He's definitely over the hump. So yeah, he was, let me see here. Yeah, so we signed him March last year, 2025. He earned $16.2 million last season. He played all 17 games and finished with 68 tackles and 3.5 sacks. That was this year, sorry. So he also has an $8 million in full guarantees for 2026, which would partially offset if he signs with another team. Moving Allen will save the Vikings $6.5 million against their 2026 cap. So moving on from Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, and Aaron Jones will save the Vikings about $25.2 million.
If you guys do it at the right time.
Correct.
Just
Correct.
asterisk there. Or caveat, word of the day. There you go. Drop
It'll
it on
also
you.
get them out of paying roughly $40 million in cash.
Yeah.
So that's big. Now getting back to the Kwesi news here. So last year, to build a team around J.J. McCarthy, the Minnesota Vikings spent nearly $350 million.
That's not possible.
Well, we were over the cap.
Okay, I see what you're doing here, but that does, it's not technically truthful that you guys spent that much money.
Not in free agency, but that was we spent it on the team. So
on
that's,
paper, you guys spent it.
Correct.
You guys didn't actually shell out $350 million.
yes, of course.
If you fast forward to whatever June of this year, then it will be the 350. Yeah, I get you. Okay.
So now, yes, you talked about his paternity thing. There was reports of him being gone for I think 2 weeks
That's
during
crazy. I didn't think that was a fireable offense. I think he's got like a lawsuit case here that he could, go out.
So
I don't
here's
know.
the issue, because to my knowledge, he is planning to sue the organization. Hold on now, because in my opinion, and don't get me wrong, did we have a winning team the last 4 years he was there? Yes, I'm pretty sure the record was around 42-18 for Kwesi. However, in 4 years, he drafted 0 Pro Bowlers.
That's the
a
more,
big number.
that's the
That's
more
a
damning
huge
stat
number.
there. Yeah, dude, honestly, because I was just reliving it. You guys, there's an argument to be had that you guys are one of the more successful franchises of the last like 10 years.
Win percentage wise, yes.
Yeah, and it's like it's kind of nuts to me because last year, I mean, let's just call it, you guys were the bottom of the NFC North, no offense. But even in that position, I think you guys were like 1 win against the Bears away from making the playoffs. It's
Wrong.
nuts.
We were a kickoff return away.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. It's a win, but that's I'm venting a little bit. Okay, so yes, we were 1 win away from being the 3rd seed.
Yeah,
so
it's just nuts, dude. Like that's how thin the margins are. Which leads me to my next question, and we can go back to Kwesi here, but I gotta ask this question.
That's fine.
And I do think like there's a lot of movement on DraftKings that kind of supports that it's possible Max Crosby could end up with a Bears C on his chest.
Okay,
now. What would your feelings be in a division that you have to go up against Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons, and Max Crosby? That would suck.
My opinion as a Minnesota Vikings fan is knowing that all 3 of those are likely going to play defensive end. They're not going to line up in the middle.
Yeah.
You have to either go up against Brian O'Neill on the right tackle or Christian Darrisaw at left tackle, barring they both stay healthy. I think, in my opinion, I can at least sleep with the fan on medium, knowing that there might be a sack or two a game that gets around the edge there.
Yeah.
But I mean, those two are very good.
They
tackles.
are. You guys got very serviceable tackles.
Correct.
I'll give you that.
So my only other thing is if that one sack allowed a game is going to knock our quarterback out for 4 to 8 games, if not
Well,
the
if
season.
it's J.J. McCarthy, that's almost a guarantee.
That's my point, though. Is saying I'm a little bit more worried about my quarterback's health issues the last 2 years going into this now 3rd season. I don't know.
That's tough. Can we do a little crystal ball segment? Because we're already, skirting by and we're off the rails here. I'm going to do a crystal ball.
What you got?
Let's look into my crystal ball here. Who's your starter next year at quarterback?
JJ McCarthy.
Yep. 100%.
Unless something happens between the offseason and now, it's going to be JJ McCarthy. Now, it also depends on some of the free agency stuff. There's other players that are either being released or other factors that may play into it. But you can't just turn around and say you're benched. So
I agree with that, and I think that's the right approach. But now, crystal ball number 2.
okay,
Does Kirk Cousins come back?
it's an option. It is an option. He knows the system. Now, my question is are we really going to hold on to Carson Wentz another year?
Crystal ball number 3.
Yep.
Look into it. You seeing it? Look at it.
What's going on there, man?
Right? Isn't that crazy? You know what that is? You guys do have Kirk Cousins and J.J. McCarthy. Who are you starting in that scenario?
Same
Is it
situation
still
as J.J.
J.J.?
McCarthy.
Yeah? Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I
I was honestly curious what you were going to say there because I do think there is like a camp of Minnesota fans out there that would say if Kirk's on the team and JJ's on the team, it's Kirk.
It would be
all day.
In my opinion, and this is the way I'm seeing it. So you're right. So the Falcons are set to cut Kirk Cousins on March 11th.
I mean, it's
here.
almost guaranteed, right?
So
I don't think there's really a debate about
the
it.
restructured Kirk Cousins deal for the 2026 base salary from a non-guaranteed $35 million down to a $2.1 million. Let me see here. So if they release him by June 1st, the New Year date, I think what you were mentioning there.
Well, the league New Year is like earlier. It's like next week or something
March
like
11th.
that. Yeah,
March
but what I've seen online is that like the June 1st is really like the deadline for cap hit and cap casualties and stuff. I think, but
post June 1st, they would save $2.1 million in salary, though they would have a dead cap of $22.5 million, and then in 2027, $12.5 for the Falcons. So with this bag,
yeah, but that's the Falcons. Who cares?
That's what I'm
You're
saying.
the Vikings,
with
you
the
know?
bag Kirk Cousins got and with the age he's kind of at now,
I don't think he's bad though.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying I feel like now if he wanted to come back, even just be the backup quarterback, he would take a lower end deal.
100%. I do think, and he's very Minnesota. Like he's fitting the city that he'd be going to. Of
course.
I don't know. I don't think I have the answer here. I'm like 50-50 on it. I don't know who put you in a better position to make that playoff leap here in that scenario.
The problem with it is it would have to be JJ McCarthy, just hoping that he can actually progress. Now, however, my mind in crystal ball number 3 is
No, this is 4.
no. It's same situation.
You're getting bigger, Brandon.
Yeah, you're getting way down a little bit. Is that I almost see like a reverse San Francisco 49ers situation from 2012.
It's heavy.
Keep holding. So obviously, when Alex Smith went down and Colin Kaepernick came in, they had their run. But in this end, it's almost reversed in the age situation here, where if McCarthy goes down, likely so, Kirk Cousins will step in, and as long as he can stay healthy, I think we're going to do just as fine, if not better.
Throwing the crystal ball out.
Done. So
Fair enough.
There's also 2 other names who are in the ring here.
Does one of them start with Kyler?
Well, I'll give you a hint. His name does rhyme with Tyler Sturry. So
the baseball player.
yeah. So I'll just jump down to that real quick. The Cardinals have released quarterback.
That was crazy,
Kyler Murray.
but it wasn't that crazy.
Nah, yeah.
I just was shocked that, like, I don't know, like the fall from grace from him is crazy to me.
Well, but the thing is, I don't think it's necessarily a fall from grace.
He was never really in grace, yeah. Well, he wasn't good.
But when it was good,
There was one season out there where it was like, this guy could be a stud.
Yeah, but then Arizona kind of got rid of a lot of his weapons. And
do we know what his total career earnings are in the NFL?
I do not, but
Okay.
I know that he was guaranteed to make $38.6 million for this year, and then it would have been guaranteed another $19.5 million for 2027.
So do you know where I'm going with that question? Do you know the calculus I'm doing in my head?
Go ahead, tell us. What are you thinking?
I am now debating. He's what, 6 years in the league, 5 years in the league?
Yeah, he's a young guy.
Yeah, he's a young guy. I'm curious to know, had he done the alternative, which, by the way, did you see the A's like ownership group who still has like the rights for him?
Yep.
They're like, yeah, if he wants to come back to try to baseball, we could, we'd
Give
like
it a
to
shot.
see. Yeah, give it a shot.
then.
Why not? My question though is like, if he would have just gone the baseball route instead of the football route at his draft pick, like, is it possible that he could be making as much, if not more, in baseball?
I don't believe so.
And I agree with you. I would totally agree. But I do think that there is a scenario where, because he was like, what, 7th overall pick?
He was number 1.
Oh, okay, number 1. So even more egregious.
Number 1.
I do think
for baseball. For baseball, I don't know, but for football, he was number 1.
Yeah, no, I was concerned about baseball. But my point is like there's a non-0% chance that guy turns out to be like a Mike Trout-esque. I'm non-zero. It's very close to 0, but it's a non-zero at that draft pick. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have like a 5th, 7th, 6th, 5th, whatever overall pick pan out to be these like gods, but it's happened, right? And so my point is, if he just stuck that route, there's a non-0% chance that he is like an electric baseball player, a stud. We're talking, I don't want to say an Aaron Judge type of caliber, but like, he could have been a great caliber baseball player. And who knows? What if he is, playing 20 years in MLB as opposed to 6 in the NFL? It's like, I do think there's a debate out there where he chose the wrong sport.
Now,
that's where I'm going with it.
But before I get to here where you might be wrong a little bit.
I probably
am. The only thing I could sit there and say that if baseball was the sport he chose, the benefit for him would be that the season's over when Call of Duty's coming out.
Fair enough.
You're not going to have to worry about him missing games to play Call of Duty.
That's great. But also, it's baseball. I mean, come on. You could just stay up all night and play Call of Duty all night. It's not going to be that damning on your game. What are we talking about? It's baseball.
Kyler Murray is a 2-time Pro Bowl quarterback and one of 3 players, along with Buffalo Bills' Josh Allen and former Carolina Panther Cam Newton, to throw for more than 20,000 yards and run for more than 3,000 yards. In his 7 seasons with the Cardinals, Kyler Murray has thrown for 121 touchdowns and 60 interceptions in 7 seasons. On that, he also has 32 rushing touchdowns. So,
yeah,
the numbers are there.
Were there.
Correct.
They really haven't been there over the last 2 years, 3 years. But yeah, no, again, like people forget, he was a stud quarterback those 2 years he made the Pro Bowl. I totally agree. Again, my argument is more about longevity in baseball than it is for anything, where it's like, it's you have to play at 100% the peak of your talent if you want to stay in the football league.
Always.
Yes, 10x 100% of the time if you want to stay as the starting quarterback. I think you could theoretically juice out a 20-year career in baseball as like, yeah, I tried. You know what I mean?
I gave it my best.
I did. I really did try. It was like, come on. I'm not leaving it all out there. What are we talking about? It's baseball.
I can't do that.
It's just baseball. So, yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to look back on it. We'll see what his career ends up in football. But I think there's like going to be this like weird group of people that are like, yeah, he totally made the wrong decision. I'm not there yet. I'm just saying that, like, give it 20 years, and I'm not going to be shocked if people are chatting about that.
I forget what position Kyler played.
He used a shortstop, I believe,
yeah,
or second base, one of those. And if he was shortstop, that's fitting. Come on. He's what, 5'4"?
I keep seeing the meme of like Kyler Murray's landed in Minnesota, and it's the picture of Dalvin Cook at the airport, but they shrink him down to be lower than the desk.
Dude, my favorite, just because I'm on Max Crosby watch right now, right? I saw a bunch of things online where it's like Max Crosby was seen at O'Hare today, and it's just a picture of like some random old lady or whatever. Yeah. It's like, well, that's clearly not Max Crosby. I love it though. I love it.
You may have been seen, but it's not shown.
I know, and it's getting millions of impressions because like, oh my god, is that really? Where's Max Crosby? People are like looking in. It's like that is certainly
that's Maxine Crosby.
Yeah.
So
love that.
So I'm just trying to think here. There was other NFC North news too, just to cap it off there. David Montgomery was traded to the Texans.
I think that's a great move for a 5th rounder, right?
It was.
I think it was a 5th rounder.
They got Juice Scruggs, a 2026 4th round pick, and a 2027 7th round pick.
Oh, okay.
According to Adam Schefter.
I don't know why I thought I heard they got a 5th overall or a 5th rounder from, but even still, I think that's a good move for both teams. They needed to clear the cap space. Detroit did.
Yeah.
Well, timeout. No, they didn't. Who am I kidding? Apparently, they could. Did you hear this story?
No.
So they're over the cap.
Okay.
At least prior to the David Montgomery trade, they were over the cap. They could restructure so many contracts in a way that would free up $100 million of cap space. The cap is just not real. The cap is just not real if you can convert $100 million by just making it signing bonuses. What are we talking about?
Yeah, no, they're definitely pulling a Dodgers right now.
Yeah. Well, no.
No?
It's not that they are. It's that they have the opportunity to.
Sure.
I am firmly in the camp that Lions are going to Lions, and they're not going to. But either way, they needed it. They're below the cap. Now they're above the cap. Now they're below it. It's just, either way. Good pickup. Houston needed a running back.
You could say that. So
they did. Woody Marks ain't going to do it. Nick Chubb ain't going to do it.
Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon will be healthy next year.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, there's two more pieces of news, but one of the two here is going to jump back into your little Madame Zeroni over here. So the Colts are placing a transition tag on Daniel Jones. The transitions tag is going to be $37.83 million, more than $6 million cheaper than the quarterback franchise tag. Yep. But it does give Daniel Jones the opportunity to sign an offer sheet with another team that Indy would then have the right to match.
Yep.
So
it's basically an exclusive free agent that you signed. That's pretty much it.
Yes. So, but the point there is, so if Kyler Murray's in the ring for Minnesota, Daniel Jones, who was also with Minnesota for a few games, could be in the ring as well. Now, as a Minnesota Viking fan, if you're going to clear up $40 million in cap space, there you go. Bring it back. Bring it back.
It's big this time.
It's really big. If you're gonna clear $40 million in cap space there for Daniel Jones,
what are we seeing? Who's your quarterback?
It's JJ McCarthy. It's got to be JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, there's no chance you guys get Daniel. What are we talking about?
I don't want it for $40 million. I don't want Daniel Jones. We saw what happened in New York, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
honestly, it's a clever move. I like the optics. I like that. I kind of like that move more so than the franchise tag.
Yeah,
but I don't know. What was his injury? It was
Achilles.
Achilles. Okay. That's a tough one. Yeah. That's a tough one. Was it his plant leg? Do we know?
I don't have that number in front of me.
Because that could be a very big, that could throw off his whole form on his throw. He's also young-ish. He's got that weird aura about him where it's like, even when he was 18, he's like a Kirk Cousins. Like, he's still 50 years old.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Danny Jones. Danny Jones is like, honestly, he could be Kirk Cousins and Eli Manning's offspring. I think I just hit the nail right on the head.
But
if those two morphed,
maybe
it's Daniel Jones.
Maybe. But where does the run ability come into play for either one of those two?
Yeah, well, neither one of those two had run ability. What are we talking about?
That's my point, though. But Daniel Jones kind of does.
Well, that's why I said he's their kid. This kid.
Anyway,
he's got young bones.
Well, apparently, he's got some very old tendons.
Yeah, but his bones are like their money.
Well. So anyway, last NFL news real quick. The Chiefs and Rams are working on a trade to send All-Pro Trent McDuffie to the Rams that would include the 29th overall pick of 2026.
I did see that. He's good.
I hate he's kind of irrelevant, but
yeah, I know.
It's just in terms of what we're covering.
Well, in terms of trends, because we can cover trends. Hold on. Yeah, crystal ball back
to the ball. Yep. What are you thinking?
Where's Trent Williams playing next year?
San Francisco.
You think?
It got to be.
I've heard that they are not even close to getting a restructure deal out.
So then maybe Kansas City.
I've heard he's going to go to free agency market 100%.
Good.
He's 37 years old, I want to say. He's getting up there.
He's up there.
But as long as he's healthy, he's the number one. He's the number one left tackle in the NFL. So you think he's playing for San Francisco?
If they give him a deal, though. But to your point, though.
I got one. Hear me out.
Okay.
Because I don't think he's re-signing with San Francisco. I've heard a lot.
Who do you got?
Cincinnati Bengals.
Whoa.
I think without them paying Trey Hendrickson, I think they signed Trent Williams as like we see you, Joe Burrow. We see you. We understand, what we've put you up against. We understand what we've, led you through. I know they got Orlando Brown still, right?
Probably.
but he's only got 1 year left on his deal, I want to say, or 2, whatever it is, and he's underperformed by a long shot. I think they could make a swing and get him some extra, support. That's just my crystal ball.
Interesting to say the least. Yeah, I'd have to look into what the numbers would be if they were to cut Orlando Brown and make that deal. But
I'd make that deal. You make that deal?
I'd take that deal. Would you take that deal?
I'd take that deal.
That's a hell of a deal.
That's a hell of a deal. At any rate, I think that's something for...
There are multiple results including the word you said. Please speak more specifically.
What?
That was my LG TV.
I was going to say, I'm like, sponsored by LG.
There are multiple
No.
results
Is it
including
catching
the word
from
you said.
like the other
Please
room?
speak
That's kind of
more
absurd.
specifically.
Or you got the remote
What
right
is
there
happening?
or what?
No, it's on the couch.
Dude, that's
That's
impressive.
that's a ghost, man.
No, that's impressive. I like you got to tell me what model TV that is. I might have to get me one. That is impressive. Oh my god.
Well, all right.
I have no idea where we were going, but that's
That's
awesome.
a good way to bring it into the last quick little conversation we had. Let's get in some college basketball real quick before we
yes.
get out of here. So
Conference tournament time.
it is, and there's a title that was won over the weekend. But I think before we get into that, there was something you wanted to talk about, and so I guess that there's a player named Chad Baker in Mazzara who is no longer part of the Trojans.
We don't even know that that's his name. This is
Let us have it.
This is literally the human, the real life enactment of bench warmers. I am 12.
I am 26.
This guy was claiming to be a college age athlete and forged his freaking birth certificate. Allegedly forged his birth certificate just to play. The dude's 32. Listen, we have lost the plot here, folks. We just have lost the plot if we've got 32-year-old players suiting up for the Trojans. You should be wearing Trojans and having kids. Or not having kids, I guess, because you're wearing a Trojan. Point is, this is like, what are we doing? This is kangaroo court. What are we doing? How do you fake a birth certificate? And then secondarily, now I got to ask the question, could I start balling right now?
Do you still have eligibility?
Of course. You think I played a single season?
Good. I guess that's a good point.
Yeah. I wasn't athletic in college, but now I might be less athletic.
Let me get my crystal ball out real quick.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm going to say that's not going to happen.
So
that's a crazy, crazy storyline that I just don't think is getting any attention out there.
So what you said? He's 32.
That's what the report is that this guy is probably closer to 32, but I don't think really anybody knows his
because
true
you
age.
said maybe.
Yeah.
So.
Because we don't really know. He faked his birth certificate, and it's like, okay, well, the only way to prove it, I don't think you can take a DNA sample from the guy and say, yeah, it looks like you're telling me, or say you're 32.
He's also he's a Dominican player, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. I mean, again, it's just, this is loopy. This is crazy that, whoever at B in USC or NCAA, whatever it is, can't,
loopy.
Yeah, they can't spot a fake. What are we talking about? That's college 101, how to spot fakes. That's all they did. What are we doing? Get a bouncer from down the street and tell him he's too old. What are we talking about?
I really had to stop myself from going into that bit, but you wouldn't get it. It's too late.
not.
It's too late. So anyway, but
not
that's a
smart
good
enough.
point. Huh?
I'm not smart enough.
No.
I don't want to be around
2 5 1
anymore.
brownies. This time it did the trick. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to be around anymore.
What do you mean by that? You don't want any? You don't want 2 5 1 brownies?
I don't know what you're talking about. It did go over my head. I'm sorry. I
That's
have no
okay.
idea.
That's
Good
okay.
bit,
We
though.
won't have
Probably
to.
a good bit.
It's very it's very old reference. If you don't know what it is, that's okay. We won't go into who made it. So yeah, that's Mazzara, that
Yep.
ordeal.
Chad Baker Mazzara.
But then
Or who
Arizona.
knows? That also just could not be his name.
Well,
we don't know.
yeah,
We don't know
CBM.
what he's faked, what he hasn't. I can't trust this guy. Go on.
Arizona won the Big 12 title.
They did.
And so
That's a pretty illustrious title these days.
Yeah. So they beat the Wildcats on Saturday. I'm sorry, they
are
I'm
the
sorry, they beat
Wildcats.
Kansas. They beat the
Yeah.
Jayhawks. They beat the Jayhawks. I'm sorry. We're getting to the end, and
Yep.
I'm hitting a little battery mode. So they beat Kansas 84-61, and then they also beat number 6
Yep.
Iowa State Monday night.
Yeah. Darren Peterson on Kansas, though, of the Big 12, had an outstanding game against Arizona. The best part about him, though, because he's I think he's fallen out of the number one overall.
He
draft
shouldn't be,
pick.
in my opinion. He
shouldn't be. But like he was by far and away the number one overall all season.
Because he didn't play half of it.
Yeah, exactly. Which part of it is like he's doing that to protect his draft stock. Totally understand.
Are we sure about that? Because
that's what his agent has said on multiple occasions.
Yeah, you're probably right. And I feel like the big comparison for Peterson is Ben Simmons.
I literally was thinking the exact same thing. Yeah, no, I love that comparison.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference here is that they played in two different eras where it's like one of those guys, like there is recourse. Like they could have done something about Ben Simmons. They could have. You can't really do anything with the Darren Peterson detail because it's like, okay, you're not going to play me. All right, I'll just go take $1 million from freaking.
Well, and the big thing is
BYU.
He's a guard, right? He's point or shooting guard.
Yeah.
You look at the number one. If they get number one pick with the Pacers, you got Tyrese Halliburton coming back next year.
Yeah.
I know they traded, it was either Mathurin or Nembhard to LA, but you still have a shooting guard there. So do you really break that up to put Peterson in? Or
we don't know who's taking the first.
But that's what I'm saying.
Anyway,
so let's just say the lottery doesn't change.
Yeah.
And it's the Pacers, in my opinion. Boozer's the number one
Sacramento. Pick. No, Boozer's not even the favorite to win. No. It's BYU. His name's AJ.
It's something Destranza.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I was gonna butcher the name anyway. He's the overall favorite to go number one overall.
And
right
what
now.
Position?
Guard, I believe.
Okay,
it could be wrong. It could be a forward though. I don't watch a lot of BYU. I'll be honest with you. BYU, they're weird out there. Damn Mormons. At any rate, he went from like by far and away number one to now a close second. Cam Boozer, I do agree with you. I think that guy is probably the shining star of this draft.
Did I say Carlos Boozer?
You might have. I don't think you did. I think you might have said Cam. I think you said Cam Boozer.
Okay.
I'll give you some credit.
I at least said Boozer. I think I just said Boozer.
Either way, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, no, man.
But at any rate, that I just think it's funny because like Darren Peterson, I don't know if you saw the stat line. It's like in games that he has, I want to say that in games that he's shooting like 60% or higher, where he's taken more than 7 and made, more than 5 threes or whatever. Kansas is like 1-12 in those scenarios. And those are like almost every game that he plays in. I just think it's like quite telling that you got a player that's like, I'm not really feeling it, coach. Maybe later. It's like the SpongeBob episode when he's cooking for
I don't
Plankton.
feel like
I don't really feel like it. And their coach had one of the best quotes ever. He's like, well, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
He just throws his hands up. He's like, I can't coach the kid. Like he doesn't want to be coached.
Ladies and gentlemen, NIL.
I love it. We're living in a diva era with diva players, and it's not going to change anytime soon.
No.
Fun stuff.
Well, I guess it's funny though, right? Because I mean, it just makes me think of like Harrison Barnes. I don't know if you saw this. Again, you're not much of a basketball person.
I guarantee.
But
I didn't see
he
this.
woke up from a nap with ankle soreness and had to miss his last game.
What?
Yeah. If you don't know about that, check it out. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah.
What?
He woke up from a nap with ankle soreness.
I'm trying to reconstruct how you would sleep where your ankle is an impacted body part here.
Great
and
question.
I can't do that.
Great question. I don't know.
There's some
but he
acts
woke up.
involved with this. This is not just you slept. This is like you didn't sleep and you did something else in the bed. Don't know what that is. Don't want to speculate.
But I think he had to miss the game.
That's crazy.
So yeah, we're getting very, very, very close to March Madness. But yeah, so Arizona won the title. Has anyone else claimed a title yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, okay.
No.
So that's what I thought.
This week will be big. I think Big Ten is still playing through next week, as is the Big East, I believe.
Okay.
But either way, this is like the best time of the year, man. This is truly the best time of the year. You got March Madness coming. You got baseball spring training kind of wrapping up with the season right around the corner, which is crazy to me how quickly it's upon us. Yeah. You've got, the combine. You got football, which never sleeps and all that. The draft's coming up. Like, March Madness alone would make this one of my favorite times of the year. But the fact that everything else is going on is like we're just in this like great little, window here where spring is coming, the weather's changing, March is here. I am March.
We'll see about that.
I'm going 100-0 on the season.
So you're going to have your stats ready to go.
I will.
By each episode. That's fine.
I will. Honestly, I would love to do like Nick's picks and give you my rundown on March Madness.
Okay.
And then we could do Nick's other thing that rhymes with ick. I could show that.
Yeah. Gonna put Hog on camera.
Nick's peanuts.
Nick Penix Jr. ladies and
whatever.
gentlemen.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, let's not put hogs out there unless someone wants to tip us a lot of money. So,
Listen. Can I talk to the people out there?
I guess go take it away, man.
Hi.
Take it away.
Hi. My name's Nick. Pleasure to meet you guys. I will do anything for 10,000 subscribers. Okay? I'll cut off my penis.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
You guys find a way to do it. I'll live stream it.
No. Hold on. Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. Bring it back. Even I just saw the glare
you.
that our producer gave you.
Back to you.
Okay. Well,
I'm doing it to push the numbies, guys.
Listen, I hope. I hope.
Why'd you pick such a low number?
Yeah, I was like, I'll do it
Correction.
for 20 subscribers.
Correction made. I'll cut off my pinky for 10,000. The peanuts is going to cost you 100,000 subscribers.
Okay. All right. I guess. Hey, make sure to like and subscribe. And
Am I really underselling this like that? Okay, yeah, maybe 100,000. I might be underselling this. Left testicle for 100,000.
But how do you get so specific? That
Million followers. I'll go full peanuts. Million by end of the year. There's a deadline, guys. Make it happen.
By the way, that's 9 months.
Don't make it.
That's 9 months.
I don't want this to happen. Please don't make it. I mean, make it happen. Get to like 900,000 by end of year.
I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. But at least it's the end of the episode. Chad Baker Mazzara might not be 26, but I can confirm this was episode 29.
That's true. Can we edit the crystal ball in, please?
You already did.
I know, but can we edit it in and post?
You want to like actual have?
I want animated crystal ball.
You just want to be holding big balls.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll do something.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah,
You're
you
good
know,
at it.
I do what I can.
You're good at it.
But I think that's we're gonna make sure all body parts are leaving here before we get out of here. So like it, subscribe.
Unless
Right now,
100,000 subscribers before we go, it's not impossible. Do it.
Do it.
All right, that's all I had.
And
Please cut this before I agree to anything else.